This is his 4th round effort. Oh, that looks good from the circle. That's flying. It's flying. That's the lead in the Olympic final. Roje Stona has come out of nowhere. That looks like a new Olympic record. Whoa. This is stunning. Arms aloft. Brian Krause has been talking about him and his talent. There's the American 3-time shot put Olympic champion, Ralph Munning.
Jamaica secured its first gold medal of the Paris 2024 Olympic Games through an unlikely source. Roje Stona threw an Olympic record 70 meters to win gold in the men's discus throw ahead of the world record holder, Lithuania's Mykolas Alenka. Here is Roje Stona after his history-making feat. Well, we're going to get his thoughts in a little bit, but to get the thoughts of Jehu Gordon and Anil Roberts. And I think it was quite appropriate to say it was very unlikely. We didn't really check out Roje Stona to be even in the top 5, but what an effort it was from the young man from Jamaica.
Truly an outstanding performance. He went in there as an underdog. He defeated the Olympic record holder, the world leader in the event, and to go out and do it in such a manner, setting an Olympic record. It is truly a great feat to see for Jamaica. The first of its kind, history written there in its own right. Somebody who was not even a finalist at the World Championships last year to come and do it on the biggest stage of his career. Boy, oh boy, Roje. Hats off to you.
Yeah, well done indeed. Anil, we sat and we looked at it, and in his 4th throw, the minute that discus hit the 70-meter line, I think everyone expected that everyone else was going to throw less than that.
Well, you say an unlikely source. Well, they have oyster sauce, they have barbecue sauce, and now the Olympics know it a juke sauce, Jamaica boy. Listen to me. Go back, all the producers, show back that throw there. Watch effort, precision, perfection. This is just when everything aligns, when an athlete decides, this is my time. Whether all you expect me, all you expect me. Look at the speed, the acceleration through the throw in the circle. Watch the spin, watch the definition, and the release. Wow! That couldn't help but go far. That, I don't know, boss man, if you are a young fella, you want to watch back that throw every night, 10 times a night, because your coach was talking to you for years, was telling you, this is how I want you to do it. This is the acceleration. This is the timing. This is the angle of release. This is the effort. This is the exhalation. This is everything. That throw is what you call perfection. And if you're not careful, while you celebrate and things, and you don't take the coach advice and watch that, you might never see that distance again. We want to see it again, Jehu.
You're sure right, we want to see it again. But having to throw your best throw in the Olympic final, you couldn't ask for a better effort from him.
Wow.
Yeah, in the stands, we saw Ryan Krause, the 3-time Olympic gold medalist for shot put, actually getting gold this year, a few days ago, is actually his coach. So that speaks leaps and bounds, Jehu, of the effort that was put into Roje Stona.
It's not just effort, but to have somebody who is a 3-time Olympic gold medalist, previous world record holder, mentoring you, coaching you, giving you advice on what it takes to become an Olympic champion, you could clearly see that it rubbed off on him.
And it was not just a regular 70-meter throw. It was an Olympic record as well.
Yes, and it was, that what is perfection. And when you have Krause, 3 times, 12 years, goal, in your corner, mentoring you, teaching you what to do, it's not a shock. The only thing shocked me more than that was the Cuban Greco-Roman wrestler, who we must give him, because we is the Caribbean SportsMax, Cuba, Spanish, Caribbean, 5-time gold medalist in Greco-Roman wrestling. 5 Olympics, 5 gold from Cuba. We salute you.
I think Jamaicans have to be very, very proud, because after not doing as best as they thought, the track events would have released some great results this year. Only 1 medal coming from Kishane Thompson. I think maybe Jamaicans would have been disappointed with their athletes not performing to the pinnacle. But clearly we are seeing a change, Jehu. Now Jamaica is producing exceptional results with field athletes.
Well, this has been some time in the making. These guys, they didn't just show up on the scene just like that. They've been to the CACs, they've been to the NACAC, they've been to the Pan Ams, and even the Commonwealth Games. He was a finalist at the Commonwealth Games a couple of years ago. So it isn't that they have not been producing, it's just that sprints at their premier event, it takes most of the highlights across the field, and most people don't particularly pay attention. Respect has to be given now to the field events. The field events has stood up and taken account for themselves. Here, out of the 5 medals for Jamaica at the Olympic Games this year, 4 has came from the field events.
You know what, as you make that point, and that's what Jamaica does. Carifta Games from down below with their best coaches, they start to produce and identify this talent. Now, somewhere along the line, we took Carifta Games and turned it into a separation. It used to be all one sort of regional championships with swimming, track and field, table tennis, cycling, all kind of thing. But we separated it. And track and field is doing very well because the Carifta Games is one of the fastest junior championships in the world. The world looks on. And we've seen over the last 8-10 years an improvement in the jumps, the triple jump, the high jump, the throws in Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, and some of the smaller islands in the triple jump and jump. And that's what we are seeing. Great junior development. The other sports have to take cognizance of that and really focus on your Caribbean championships. It happened in cricket. We take away the competition, we take away Trinidad, Barbados, and we mix up the thing like Callaloo, and now our cricket has fallen because the patriotism, the pride to represent your country is not instilled at that young age. Jamaica is now reaping the benefits of focus on field events also.
Before I ask you a very important question, Anil, do you think now this is a figurative changing of the guard or a new coming of times for Jamaican track and field?
Well, not a new coming. I mean, Jamaica will always have to have, you have to change when you have your track and field greats for so long. You will go through a rebuilding process. They will be back on the track. They have junior athletes coming through, they're champs. They have runners coming all across from every part of Jamaica. So you have some greats that all retiring. At the same time, you take a little dip and you come back. But what Jamaica did now, they held up strong with diversification. They've diversified the portfolio to bring success, national pride, patriotism. That was a throw. They should press replay on that whole night. Just play that over and over for about 3 hours straight. Well done, Jamaica.
What would this gold medal now do for the Jamaican camp that is in Paris, that have gone through a bit of a lull period? Some may say a sad period, not seeing their queens on the track. What would this do now for the team in Jamaica?
No, when you see a guy that really came from nothing, he's pretty humble, he's a hard worker, the team loves him. This gold medal will definitely add to the team spirit, it will add to the team chemistry, and the vibes in the group will now go up. They've had a dark cloud over the Jamaican team with disqualification, with some of their top finalists, some of their top world leaders not making it on to the next round. But I'm sure when they look at this, they see an Olympic medal, they're going to get hope, they're going to get belief, and now hopefully this could kick on with better performances for the Jamaican team.
Yeah, would you just look at that throw? That was one of his lower end throws there, but certainly a magnificent effort indeed on the part of Roje Stona, a brilliant athlete who actually has great goals of getting into the NFL. Well, I'm not too sure if that will change now, Anil.
But I didn't know what position he wanted to play, because when they introduced him, he went like this, like he's a quarterback.
Yeah.
But there are no quarterbacks so big and strong and powerful. He looked like a linebacker, a strong safety, something like that. But forget that now, brother. You're the Olympic gold medalist, NFL. Leave that for them other boys.
4 years to play with, literally. Yeah,
Correct,
4 years of fame. The Olympic title, unlike the world title, gives you a 2-year basic balance of enjoying all the endorsements and the benefits until you have to reclaim a title. But unlike the Olympic Games, 4 years of prestige.
A life-changing.
If the producers were good, all they would have shown him when they introduced him. Let me see all your rewind. When he came out, he did so.
In the meantime, while they get some time to probably bring that up, two other Jamaicans were in the mix of things.
Yes.
We had Mullings, who finished 9th, unfortunately, and Schmeichel finishing 10th.
Look, my producer. SportsMax don't play, you know. We bad at
Here we go,
CNN,
BBC, there we go.
Fox Sports. Oh, Lord, SportsMax. That's why we come out, but he come out with quarterback. Leave that for Brady and them, you understand?
But a word, Jay, on the other two Jamaicans participating in the discus men's final. Credit must be given to them as well, because the 3 Jamaicans in a discus final, that has never ever been done before.
Yeah, 3 feet, and worse yet for a Caribbean island as small as Jamaica, not known for being or have any strength and numbers in the field events. Jamaica has to stand up.
What were the distances of the other two you were calling it out there?
Schmeichel threw a distance of 64.97, finishing 10th, and Mullins 65.61 in 9th position.
Yeah, well, they're right there, you understand? So yes, now we can talk for you all. You've won the gold medal. Jamaica, Caribbean governments, we have to get more resources to all the athletes, but especially to our field athletes. We are seeing and hearing too many sad stories. These athletes represent us. We cannot put a monetary value on just seeing Jamaica emblazoned, spinning in a circle and winning a gold medal, coming out with an NFL football. That's Jamaica. The amount of money, the amount of mind share across the globe, billions of people seeing that. That's 20 million, 30 million US within the next 3 days. So to give an athlete support across the board to pay his coaches, massage therapists, travel fees, hotel, this must be done. So I'm arguing for my boys and them now. Them not supposed to argue before they go and show the final. The coach will buff them, right? But afterwards, Jamaica's gotten gold. Let us all, not only Jamaica, support these athletes when they need it most, when they're in training, taking torture and pressure. They must not be worrying about where the next meal coming from. That's not right.
And Anil, I would like to ask a question as a previous sports minister. I'm sure you would have heard at least come out and chastise the government, or even just ministers on the whole, that they only get the help after the fact.
Yes.
What do you have to say about such a question?
Well, they will say that about all other ministers, because when I was there, I increased the vote, which is the NPI vote, from 10 million TT to 156 million TT, plus I extricated football and cricket, the major sports, and gave extra money to them that allowed more money going to all the other 49 sports. I had elite athletes, up to 85 athletes getting help. When athletes got injured, the government of Trinidad and Tobago, when I was minister, paid for their surgery, paid for them to get better. When Sunil Narayan and Cooper were called for bowling and bending the elbow, I took $770,000 of taxpayers' money to pay for them to go to Australia and come back, and they've had a career for 10 years. So we also got, when I was there was no talk. You don't have to know the minister or like the minister. You win an Olympic gold, you get a HDC house, a government house, high level, $1 million, national award and something named after you. Whoever you are, you win a world championship gold medal, you get 750 or whatever your coach
So
gets.
Anil, are you saying that...
Am I saying I better than yes?
No, I'm not. That was not the question. The question is, are you willing to put together a package now to make this public for other governments to not model, but get an example of how things should be? Very quickly, though.
Most definitely, it day. And we will put it back day when we reach back day next year.
That's a topic for another time, not for We Party Prime.
Now, Jay, you stand up.
Alex Jordan,
it ever show you better call Saul. We are saying better call Anil.
Call Anil one time.
Alex Jordan caught up with one Roje Stona after his brilliant performance. Let's hear from him.
Roje Stona, congratulations, Olympic champion of the men's discus throw. Initial thoughts?
I'm speechless. To be honest. Just enjoying the moment. I'm just living in it.
I got to tell you how it went down for us, because of course we're carrying the whole Caribbean. And I said, oh, he didn't throw very well, 61, 66. Then I saw 65, 20. Then I saw 66, and I was interviewing the 400-meter runners, and then a roar. Where did you find that 70?
Look, the first 3 rounds wasn't good. I know that I made the top 8, no pressure. I had nothing to lose. I just went for it. I know I'm in good shape right now. All I just needed was get a good release, just fight and find that angle. I mean, it was great. Nothing to lose.
So the Lithuanian, Mikulas Alekna, he had one more throw, didn't he? And you had to sit through that. Was there any nerves that he might find something special?
Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't know that they had switched up the list, so I threw last in the final round. So everyone went before me, and then I realized they didn't throw past the 70, and I'm like, all right, after that big 70-meter throw, I had to come down a notch because I was hyped. But I mean, I'm Olympic champion right now.
Exactly. You didn't need anything after that. You've just spent an hour doing your victory lap. Who are the exciting meetings in there?
I don't know what's going on right now. I'm just getting around the track. Yeah.
All right, wonderful. Champion, say something to your public.
Hey, big up Jamaica. We're number one. Never doubt it.
Jaminate, Olympic champion, congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely brilliant indeed. He said to himself, hey, I was on a high. I had to bring myself back down to earth because I just threw the biggest throw of my life that will change my life indeed. And Roberts, amazing athlete, well spoken as well. His emotion could not have been contained during that interview as well. And it's expected.
Absolutely expected, and you love the humility. And I could just see Jamaicans and all your Jamaican women leave the man alone. I could see the whole of Jamaica all in here. All the producers are like, hey, my God, he can leave the man, let him focus. He have 4 years to come back and win again.
Listen, I heard him say in the interview, well, I heard Alex mention in the interview he doing a celebration lap for 1 hour now.
Yeah.
That is sometimes so kidding. I just have a feeling this guy, he's not going to sleep anytime soon. I know many athletes, especially the sprinters in particular, once they win their first Olympic gold medal or their first ever gold medal, they wear that like it's a chain across the village until it's time to go back home.
Yeah, we saw some of the athletes who won earlier for the first time in the Olympic Stade de France, wearing their gold medals from other countries, and we were asking, are they okay? But now you clearly we can see based on that interview that they are certainly fine and they are just in celebratory mood. I think Jamaica is in celebratory mood, gentlemen, and rightly so. They should be, because their son of the soil has created history.
And when you get to touch that Olympic gold, I still remember when I was 7 years old in UE primary school when Hazy Crawford won that 100 meters. He went on a school tour and he came to my primary school and you saw that Olympic gold medal. They were smaller that time, but my goodness, it just fills you with a sense of accomplishment and amazing belief that whatever you do, you could try to be like Hazley or like Keshawn or like all these gold medalists. It's amazing. So we have to share these gold medals. St. Lucia, gold and silver. And let me tell St. Lucia something. You see, if I have to choose as a coach, you see the silver medal that Juju get? As a coach, now gold, she was perfect. She did everything right. She went all the blocks. She blew them away. She win by 40 meters. It was a coronation for the next 60 meters. Fantastic. But you see the heart and soul of that silver medal, that she dug deep within herself. She went deep to places that she had never felt before, just for you, St. Lucia. As a coach, I will whisper in her ear and say, you see that silver? I think I prefer the silver to the gold because of the passion and the sacrifice and the pain and what you showed me with your character to get that silver. So, St. Lucia, show every child all you have there. Tore that girl from nook to cranny across St. Lucia. Let every child touch that gold and touch that silver and build on it. And Dominica do the same.
Call him Shakespeare Roberts if you will, but we call him the lovable lunatic. Either you love him or you don't. We come back right after this break on We Party Prime. The discussion heats up. Stay with us.
Sponsorship of this broadcast brought to you by
in a world where our dreams sometimes seem so far away, Digicel is the partner that brings us all together. Stay connected this summer at home or on the go with Digicel Plus Home Fiber or a Prime Broader plan. Enjoy premium access to the action anywhere you're there. One side, one Digicel, one Jamaica. Digicel, better connected.
Be terrified by the line that went on forever. where one man is trapped in a never-ending car insurance payment line.
Wow, that sounds like a nightmare.
Right?
So why not skip the horror story and choose BCIC for all your car insurance needs?
You can go online and get a quote in less than 5 minutes. Or you can buy a policy in less than 10 minutes.
Plus payment options and so much more designed especially for you. BCIC, rethink insurance.
It's the Paris Games, darling. Everything needs to be perfect. Sneakers and spikes?
Check.
Her looks?
Check.
Okay, team. Seems like we pulled this off in record time. So, I just want to know, where's the water? Thanks, but I mean the cases of water. So she can stay hydrated for the games? Where's the water?
I didn't think she was taking water with her to Paris.
Hey, Jacko!
The water team send the cases ahead, so if you're good, then I'm officially ready for Paris.
Track and field, swimming, or any sport. Place your bets on the 2024 Olympics and more at betcagesports.com and enjoy the payouts. Now available on Barbados, St. Lucia, and Antigua Barbuda.
We a bucket together when everybody out. Fried chicken we a pre-bucket for the crew. Share a bucket together, everybody go live. Spicy original when we online. Bucket together to the new dance craze. Taste explosion bursting with flame. When we a bucket together, it put you in a good mood. Every moment to share is finger licking good. Bucket together, come and bucket together. Bucket together, bucket together.
Sponsorship of this broadcast brought to you by
We are back on We Paddy Prime. Two Caribbean men faced the starters in the men's 400 meters final. In the end, it was the USA's Quincy Hall taking home the gold medal. The Caribbean duo of Jareem Richards and Kerani James finished 4th and 5th respectively. Tough race indeed, gentlemen. It was really an impressive one just from a fan perspective and from a neutral point of view. I thought it to be a race that's worth every cent. It's worth the billing, Jehu. We were looking at the race. Jareem Richards started off well. He maintained his posture. He maintained his composure. He maintained his distance at the front, but sort of lost it coming down to the last 30.
This race felt like deja vu all over again. Ian Morris, 1992 Barcelona Olympics, 4th place national record. Marshall Cidenio, 44.01 Rio Olympics 2016. And now Jareem Richards, 2024 Paris Olympics, 4th place. When we talk about bleeding for your country, I think that is what Jareem stands for as a person. We could not have asked any more of Jareem Richards at this point. We talk about flat 200-meter speed. 19.8 seconds. Only one guy in the race is faster than Jerome Richard, and that is Michael Norman from the USA, world champion back in 2022. He's coming around the bend here. He seems pretty measured. He had a lot in the tank, pretty composed. But I believe when this dog-hearted mentality from USA's Quincy Hall ran past Jerome, it just broke him slightly to the end, and that really caught him off guard. But fourth place, it is a bittersweet place. My heart goes out for Jerome because I know he would have felt like he had it right on the line. And boy, oh boy, the amount of emotions I went through in that 43 seconds, I had to ask the rest of the fellas to describe it for me.
Yeah, Chris Taylor, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show in this segment. Jerome looked in pinpoint precision at one point in time, and then in the last 30 meters or so, his hand started to wobble a bit, maybe because a bit of fatigue kicked in. The pain started to be felt in his every muscle.
Well, maybe because he had never gone so fast in his life. And I think that credit must be given to Jerome as well. The top 4 men ran personal bests. Brilliant performance from all. It was a very exciting race. And as you said, one of the things we'd have asked, he came into this race, Jerome, running 44.18 as his best ever, ran 44.3 odd twice. So for him to turn up here and run 43.78, smashing it by, what, 0.44 or thereabouts, or even more than that, I think remarkable from his standpoint, something to be proud about. Yes, as Anil said, 4th place is the worst you could be as an athlete because you feel like you're just there. He was 10 meters away from getting on the podium. But amazing performance from him. The Caribbean still proud. Kirani James in 5th would be disappointed considering he's done gold, silver and bronze at the Olympics before. But as we said, 4 men or 5 men running under 44 seconds. Remarkable final. And yeah, the hunger of Quincy Hall, as we said, really like a dog fighter, a street fighter. That's his personality, and that's what carried him through from 5th place to 1st. You look at Hudson Smith, who I thought was a favorite, my favorite to win. I wished that the finish line was maybe 10 meters earlier because he started to pout out his chest almost as if he had gotten to the finishing line, but he wasn't quite there. And so it kind of locked him up, I thought, for the final 10 where he couldn't accelerate anymore. He had finished his final momentum. And you know, credit to Hall, credit to Samakanga, who had gone through a hard year, you know, was injured last season and couldn't really perform at his best. And it just showed his gravelly mentality as well. You could see the grimace on his face, like Hall, and both of them pulling their way to the medal podium. I mean, unfortunate for the Caribbean, but to me, still a proud moment, especially from what the Soca Warrior would have produced.
Yeah, Anna Roberts, you were very, very passionate and emotional by predicting Jerome Richards getting onto the podium. What are your thoughts on his race and your personal emotion feel? What does your personal emotions feel like seeing that 4th place finish?
Well, let me put it this way. As I have told you all, 4th place, 5th place, and I have too many to count. It's one of the most painful positions because you are left wondering what you could have done to get up on that podium. You're hearing national anthem and seeing people with flowers taking picture and nothing for your athlete. It really hurts when you get so close. But let me tell you something. In this 400, that 4th place, that come like a medal. There is absolutely nothing that Jerome Richards could have done better. He ran his race to perfection for who he is, where he is, what he is, and how he is. He went out from lane 9 with a blistering start, broke everybody and took it. He didn't overrun and sprint wild. He used easy speed like we talked about. He opened it up and tried to stay as relaxed as possible. Now, Hall was supposed to come past him earlier, but Hall had a poor first 200. So Jerome went most 80% of the final 100 meters, seeing medal, seeing the line. And just with about 14 meters to go, this American, he feels something on his left shoulder. And it just, in the midst of pain, in the midst of torture, in the midst of feeling of emotions, of medal, coming to the line, right here, we would have thought that Hall would have come past early so that Jerome could have tagged along with him. Right here, Hall comes, and it shatters Jerome a little bit, he wobbles a bit, but it's just pure brilliance, pure racing. Well done. 4th place, come like a medal there. Jareem Richards, the country is proud, your parents proud, the Lord who you pray to every day is proud. You did Trinidad and Tobago proud. We have arrived at the Olympics. We have felt the dream. We are proud of you. Whether medal, no medal, you did all that was necessary, J.U.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant, brilliant indeed. You know.
Yeah, and I'm proud of the man. I'm proud of the brother.
And as ATP level elevates again.
When you see an athlete put that, boy, deep from inside, everything and leave it there, I can't be sad or worried. I just happy. That was brilliant. The other fellas did well. Congratulations to them. That man put all the belly, everything. Boy, we go buy hero tea, doubles, pylori, pilau, corn soup, anything you want, boy, Jareem.
We ain't trying to get Jareem fat now.
No, please not.
We ain't trying to get Jareem fat.
No, we don't want that at all. Yeah. We don't want that at all. Maintain your diet, Jareem. You're doing an excellent job. You know, speaking of Jareem and speaking of the greatness that he has done for his country, let's hear what he had to say together with James of Grenada.
Ronnie James, 43-87, out of Grenada. How do you feel about that?
No, I'm proud of my performance, proud just coming out here and competing, and, you know, full credit to the guys. I mean, 5 guys under 44 seconds. That's incredible.
Yeah, Jareem Richards from Trinidad and Tobago, we just spoke to him. Very disappointed, of course, to not finish with a podium finish. What would you tell him? What advice would you give him as a great champion?
No, I mean, he has to keep his head up and understand that, you know, his performance in any other Olympics would have been on the podium. So he has to be proud of it and just appreciate everything that has happened.
And Karana, you must be very pleased for Grenada as well, from the decathlon and the performance of Lyndon Victor with his bronze medal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we have another one in the javelin coming up, Anderson Peters. So hopefully we can go back with some more medals.
What about your career? What's next?
Rest, sleep, some ice cream, and then we'll see what happens.
Trinidad and Tobago's Jareem Richards with a national record 43.78 and literally 0.04 off the podium. You'll be disappointed, but what a run on the outside.
In good times, all praise to God. In bad times, all praise to God.
Every time ahead of you is record. Quincy Hall ran a PB, there's an AR, there's a national record from the Zambian, and yourself running a national record in the final at the Olympics. Surely it means something.
It definitely means a lot to me. I am able because God is able. It was so close. It was so close. It is what it is, but damn, it hurt to work so hard and not come home with a medal.
I get it. You were so close. I mean, it's 0.04. Was there any part of the race you can identify that you think maybe you could have improved?
The last 20, last 30, but at that point I couldn't see nobody. I had to go out, and that's what I did. I'm satisfied in how I executed. That's the best I could have done. Sorry, it falls short. Sorry to Trinidad and Tobago, but I would say I saw the messages from my friends on Instagram. That made me so emotional. I appreciate the people that support me and love me and support the sport. Sorry I couldn't bring back a medal for you all.
I am very sure the Twin Island Republic would not need an apology for that outstanding performance at the highest level of this sport. Right? You have come so close to a podium finish here in the men's 400-meter final at the Olympics. Who do you want to thank?
God bless me the talent. My wife, my mom, my brother, my sister, my father, my close friends and family, everybody that supported me. Alban, the Trinidad and Tobago team, Kettle, everybody, Nicole, everybody in my intimate circle. Thank you.
Jareem, we're so proud of you. I hope it stops hurting after a while. It was an outstanding run.
Thank you. I hope so too.
Jareem Richards, there is no need for an apology, my brother. You've done the country well, you've done the Caribbean well, and you've done yourself and your family proud. No need for an apology. Well done to you. Congratulations. Excellent performance. Well done. Clearly, gentlemen, a devastated Jareem Richards, J. Hugh. You know, his emotions certainly knew no bounds. Yeah, take a minute or two. Take us a few seconds.
No,
absorb it.
It is a painful one to watch. Jareem is a champion, right? And to go out there, no athlete in that final would have gone out expecting not to win. And that's just a championship mentality. So to see him go out there, and I realized in all of his interviews throughout the entire series, he kept it pretty subtle, most times not giving away too much. He knew where he came from. He was injured last year. He did not make it to the World Championship final. He's a gold medalist at the Commonwealth Games, 200 meters. So to come out here to reach his first Olympic final, he understands the struggles, the injuries that he's faced over the last couple of years. To leave everything on the line, a national record, a personal best, it's a hard one for me to take.
Jehu, as a brother that you've raced with, you've trained with, now you're coaching from a different perspective and you're seeing things differently as well. How do you feel personally about it?
I feel emotional. I have some athletes at school and they heckle me a lot and say that I'm a beacon of light. But Jareem, he's a beacon for Trinidad and Tobago, not only but for the world also. Some of the things that he does, he extends his hands to anybody that needs help. He's part of the athletes committee, always willing to lend a hand to help the younger ones, just to edify people, to help them to understand that you don't become a champion overnight. It's hard work, it's sacrifices, it's trust, it's believing in your program, and just enjoying it. But it is really a hard moment for me to take right now. I know him personally. We are not best friends, but he is part of my team in terms of supporting the athletes, and my heart goes out to him at this point.
Arnold Roberts.
Well, let me tell you something, Jareem. You have to apologize for nothing. Your race was perfection. You were heart, soul, brain, intelligence, spirit. You executed to perfection on the best, at the brightest lights, with the most pressure. You went out smooth as silk. You looked brilliant and beautiful. Your race, you came down that last 20-30 in more pain than any of us could ever imagine. In an Olympic final, you broke a national record, best time by 0.4 of a second. You did everything that God blessed you therewith to do. So when you say, in good times, God, and in bad times, praise to God, this is one of the great times. So praise to God, because you did everything. Whether 4th, 5th, 6th, you did all that God gave you to do, and Trinidad and Tobago is celebrating. We proud. We don't want to see you feel sad. You didn't let anybody down. That position, that's the position God had a plan, but you did everything. As a coach, I cannot even tell you one mistake that you made. So there is no bad feeling. There is no sadness. It is pure joy and happiness to perform at the Olympics at the time, under the pressure, under the best assembled 400 field in history, with 5 men going sub 44. You made Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean proud. We are proud of you. No apology, please. I scream.
Sachin, if I come on here and he'll tell me that after I just finished forward running a national record that going through 1 year, coming out the next year. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't mind. I beg to differ there.
But what I'm going to tell you is, he's correct, but you have it on tape.
You can replay
So
it.
when you finish your depression, understand, when I coached in Georgia in 2012, and he only breathed for 18 seconds before going and come 7th and throw away a silver medal. I stay in the room for 3 days. They had to bring McDonald's and thing and feed me. So yes, he's going to feel sad. He's going to be depressed. He's going to lock himself in. But eventually, he will start to come out and see messages, flood his social media with love, flood it with praise, because there's nothing he could have done better. But he's a champion, so you must, if you're a champion, you must feel sad when you don't get.
Chris has a differing view.
Chris, don't make me cough it on me on set.
I don't mind that Jareem shows that level of emotion, disappointment, vulnerability, because that is part of what a champion is about as well. That there is a fire. If you look at Jareem in his interview, there's a fire in his eyes. There's a disappointment and a depression, but that's the same thing that drives success as well. That's the same thing that a hunger. And there's a hunger in him when he's looking off and saying, boy, he put in so much work and he hasn't gotten there. That desire to change force to something better is what brings about athlete. Listen to his interview compared to Kirani James, who's been there and done that. He understands that, losing is sometimes a part of the game, but he has been there, he has done that, and he has won as well medals along the way. So he can look on from a person who has done that and say, relax, lift your head high. That time would have been a medal anywhere else. I've been around, I've seen that. It's an amazing feat, 5 men running under 44. So I would say if Jareem came into that interview and was a bit flippant, I would have been disappointed. I like that fire in the eyes. I like that hunger, that almost near crying incident there. So I think that will drive him at 25 years of age. I don't think he's older than that. That will drive him, barring injury, to be better, to get back to that stage. So to me, I like that. I think that is something that could work in his favor, and you know that anger.
Good point.
But we love you,
it's a good point.
But I don't know different thing. We agree with you. That is correct. Great athletes, you must be sad, J.U.
I would tell you why this wound will feel like it is so deep also. The mere fact that he was on the outside lane and the race was unraveling on the inside of him, he will feel like he really could not have done anything different, you know. So the race got away from him.
Which is fine.
He had no.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, maybe if he had had the inside lane, he might have altered his strategy, as we have spoken about as well. Might have wanted to gauge things differently. But having to run blind in that kind of situation, as he said, he couldn't have executed anymore. He had to go hard all the way. He still had enough in the tank, which meant that his preparation in terms of capacity was good. It's just that he was beaten by some better guys.
But Sachin, what Chris is saying, what all of us are saying, all of us saying the same thing, you know. So understand this. The greats don't ever like to lose.
Correct.
Michael Jordan hate to lose. He would make up things to psych up himself against other players just to beat them. We are supposed to go and be depressed and so on. But what we as the supporters have to do is let them know how they ran, what they did, how we feel, how inspired we are, so that when they come out of their depression and sadness from not achieving what they want,
there's a determination.
Only if you like to lose, you can't be great, so that's okay. He will get over it. He will be down for a while. But when he comes back up and he's ready to work hard for world championships and the Olympics next 4 years.
A different sort of monster will appear.
He might run 43-2 on all of this.
Interesting. Well, just to close off this discussion, just to paint a picture and give you just a relative ease on how this unfolded. Well, I wouldn't say ease, but a relative toughness on how this unfolded. The USA's Quincy Hall won in 43-40 with a last-minute push and also a personal best. Matthew Hudson-Smith of Great Britain, 43-44, and an area record. Muzala Samukonga of Zambia, 43-74 in a personal best. And Jareem Richards in 4th place, 43-78 in a national record. So this was really a brilliant race.
Sachin, if I was Hudson-Smith, coach, he getting some choice words in French because he was looking up at this big screen.
Yeah.
When the line and the tape is coming to breath, he was not focused. For a moment, he was in his mind celebrating victory.
He saw the gold podium.
Show back, producer, quick before they take the break. Show Hudson-Smith and watch his eyes in the last 6 strides. Looking up at the Jumbotron. Boy, I all know so. As he celebrating his silver.
That's what I tell you, he was pushing out his chest 10 meters before.
Correct. Watch his eyes
he couldn't do anything fast.
Okay, watch the tape now.
You say he runs like that.
But
look here now.
No, watch his eyes.
Watch
his eyes.
He gonna go up right there.
Wait, in the replay they show
it. The eyes went up about 25 meters before the race, before the finish line.
Yes, it's the eyes.
What were you looking at?
No, but his chest has always been so. That's how he does finish his thing.
Yeah, but he took it out.
But look at here. This is the shot.
Yeah, so right.
Watch his eyes here now. He looking up at this Jumbotron and a man come past him.
But he realized he's seeing the man coming and he have no gears to shift.
Yeah.
But right there,
look at the eyes. Where you looking?
And then he geared down right here, thinking that the line was here. He wished it.
I giving you buff. What you looking up there for? Look at man coming, boy. Run, boy.
He cannot go no faster.
He run
at that point. No faster.
He want that to be a 390.
But J.U., if he can't go no faster as a coach, I want to see your eyes focus
on the line.
And if the man pass you, let the man pass you.
I will agree with that.
What you running? What your eyes there for? So if I prefer if you get licks, look here. What you doing? What it is? You're looking to see if you're looking good on the TV.
He was hoping it was a 390. He was hoping it was a 390.
You have a very valid point. So as athletes, we call something, you have a spatial awareness. We use it to decide that is where we don't even look left or we look right. So even taking your eye off the track for 1 second could
make
change
it deviate
your focus.
too.
It could change your focus and it will affect your strategy.
I have no problem with Jareem, but with Hudson-Smith, if I coach he gets...
In fact, in that same point on the slow motion, when you see him look up slightly, when he comes back down, there's a slight change in his stride. It looked like a gear down. It's not a gear down.
It's not a gear down. It's a loss of focus.
But that cost him.
But you're driving a manual car.
Yeah, exactly. Always.
Interesting points indeed. We are having fun right here on We Party Prime. Hope you are too, because we continue after this break. Stay with us.
United, our spirits bright. Dans la ville de Paris, where dreams come alive. Nous sommes ensemble, notre âme survit.
Sponsorship of this broadcast brought to you by
Hey love, you excited for date night tonight? I'm seeing you at 5, right?
Of course, babe. I'll see you at 5.
It's the Paris Games, darling. Everything needs to be perfect. Sneakers and spikes?
Check.
Her looks?
Check.
Okay, team. Seems like we pulled this off in record time. So, I just want to know, where's the water? Thanks, but I mean the cases of water. So she can stay hydrated for the games? Where's the water?
I didn't think she was taking water with her to Paris.
Hey, Jacko! The water team send the cases ahead, so if you're good, then I'm officially ready for Paris.
Life come with plenty tough decisions. But you know what not hard? Deciding which flavors to get on your amazing 4 pizza. Pepperoni, Hawaiian, chicken chunks, vegetarian. There's no pressure with Pizza Hut's amazing 4. You get 4 juicy flavors with 1 less choice to make. Pizza Hut, now that's delivery.
In the heart of Kingston's business mecca is a 17-story gem. The Jamaica Pegasus Hotel offers luxury to all our visitors for business or leisure. Relax in one of our many deluxe suites with mountain or pool views. Savor the array of culinary delights in our Blue Window restaurant. Enjoy complimentary breakfast or visit our 24/7 cafe. We boast 9 extensive conference facilities for your meetings and banquets. We look forward to welcoming you soon at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel.
Sponsorship of this broadcast brought to you by
welcome back. You are watching We Paddy Prime. It was tough going for the Caribbean in the women's 400-meter semi-finals as only Barbadian Sade Williams made progress. The Jamaican trio of world leader Nikisha Price, Stacey Ann Williams and Janelle Bromfield all failed to make progress. Chris Taylor, from a Jamaican perspective, another disappointing run for a track event.
Yeah, massive disappointment for the black, green and gold. I mean, the biggest disappointment obviously would be Nikisha Price. I think the other two were on the outside looking in. But yeah, Price, I must think that she's a bit under the weather. I think there must be some sickness because after that first, I would say 200 or 250, Price it's very unusual to see her have nothing to give for the final 150, 110. Very surprising for me. Yes, it's been a tough season. I mean, a long season, not a tough season, but a long season for her. But still, in the Olympic Games, on her big stage, the expectation is that Price would have a strong finish, as she always has. But she just looked weak, and I think she must somewhat be under the weather. It hasn't come out yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's some form of sickness, I don't know, stomach bug, whatever it is, that affected her finish and her power in the last 100. And if you look as the race came down, even though Paulina went away, she couldn't fight off the other competitors at all, and that is totally ironic. I mean, it's totally the opposite to what Nikisha Price is generally about. In fact, most persons speak about her size and say it's amazing how strong she is, especially to the back end of a race, but she had nothing here. And I mean, if the others were even closer, I think everybody would have passed her at this stage. So, yeah, big disappointment for Jamaica, but she's the only one who I expected to get to the final of the three.
Yeah, Jay Hughes, she entered the semi-final with the 6th fastest time.
Yeah, she's actually the world leader this year, Nikisha Price, the Jamaican national record holder. But what we do know about Miss Price is the fact that she's had an entire collegiate season this year. So she started racing a lot earlier compared to many of the other professionals. You saw the Paulino, the defending world champion from 2023, India, and setting a really high standard now for the 400 women going into the semi-finals. So I would say he found that she may have some sickness which could come out, but the fact that she was racing a lot earlier this year, the fact that she was racing so consistently at such a high standard, her body now could have reached its threshold, and now she seems to be a bit flat. So that is my only observation coming from the situation.
You're saying, based on your opinion and what you've seen and what you know, you're talking from facts here, that maybe she's a bit fatigued and feeling a bit tired now as she approaches this pinnacle of athletics events in the world.
It can happen, and it's not to say that, you know, we can't buy injuries, we can't buy sickness outside of that, because one of her teammates actually went on to make the final, but we always have the outlier that stuff like this can happen. She has been competing at a high level, she's been running really fast times for the entire year, and at some point it will take a toll on your body.
As Jay, you said, and this is, well, as a coach now, I have plenty questions. Is her college coach there with her? Did they design a specific program to maintain that speed for that duration from April to August? Because without sickness, a run like that does not have to be sickness. If you look at the first 200 producer run it, the first 100, 200, her stride rate is very short. She's working very hard to try to generate speed. Once she has to do that, that means that her power output, her capacity, her ATP system, too long. She may have been great in April for NCAA, May, June. But if you cannot maintain that power, the plyometrics, the speed, look at how she is running there. Look at that stride. So many strides, but not really getting away. Working hard, as opposed to Jareem Richards, who was easy speed. He went out there flying like a gazelle. Look how hard she's working. So having done all of that work now, if your anaerobic threshold is low, it means your lactic acid in your body is going to increase. A human being could die from lactic acidosis. Understand that. So when you have too much lactic acid, everybody's walking past here because she's paying the price for having, no pun intended, but having to work too hard in the first 200, because as J.U. said, she would have been ready and running fast from since April. At some point in an Olympic year, if you want to run fast in August as a collegiate athlete, you have to go back up. You have to get back up to your threshold sets. You have to do your 400s on 130 or 1-to-1 work-rest ratio and so on. Maybe they didn't do that properly.
Yeah, but
Who is our coach? What was the plan? They've got to note it. What year is she? Junior, senior?
She should be at least
but we're still
on a
talking
3D
2
school.
seconds. We're still talking 2 seconds off of what she has run this season.
You're not
48,
understanding.
50.
Yes,
Stuff like
but
this
what
can
I'm
happen.
saying, that can happen if you are not, if you lose all of your training. Remember, you're timing your training. So you get up to your maximum in competitive phase. If you're going to run in April for NCAA, your hardest work will be in January and February. Then you start in the competitive phase to get going. Then you rest. Now, after NCAA, if you don't get back up to those levels of training and you try to stretch it to August, you are coming in weaker, you're coming in with less power, you're coming in with less cardiovascular fitness, you cannot recover the rounds, you cannot finish, your lactic acid in your body is coming up faster, you could run 3 seconds or 4 seconds slower. That's what happens, and that's how important coaches are.
Well, some news just coming to hand that Price actually confirmed that she is under the weather. She is nursing some flu or a cold or something of that sort. So we hope that she recovers well and that it doesn't affect her too much. But Chris, you alluded to that earlier, and that confirmation certainly coming to hand just over the last few seconds. So maybe that is the cause for the drop in performance.
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, this is not the first time Nikisha Price has had this kind of grueling season, as I say. In the college circuit, it's just a regular thing for them to run you hard, for you to have this big season. But just looking at her, the performance just didn't add up. Yes, I buy into all of that, the lactic acid build-up and a long season causing problems. But 2 seconds off with nothing left in a 200, with 200 meters to go, no fight any at all, based on even her heat, it just was a bit surprising to me. So I'm not surprised to hear that there is some flu which really would have sapped the energy. Somebody who's suffering from flu or so on, that energy would certainly be sapped in that way, to see that gap between what you're capable of and what you've put out there.
Now, Sade Williams from Barbados finished third in a semi-final 3 in 49.45 seconds, J-Hugh. Caribbean representation again, yet again.
Yes, Miss Sade Williams is definitely one to look out for the final. She's a 2-time World Championship bronze medalist. I told you all from the heat, she know how to sneak into the finals. Yeah. So she had the fast of the semi-final. She made it through, and now let's see if she is going to follow up on her bronze medal at the World Championships and now become at least a bronze medal at the Olympic Games.
Now, Chris, she's going to be racing against a very talented and heated pack, so she has her work cut out for her.
No, definitely so. And in the semi-final, she had her work cut out as well. The Jamaican Stacey Ann Williams was in this, had a decent start, but really couldn't keep up with the rest. And Great Britain as well, showing that their strength and their longevity in the 400 event. They've always produced good runners as well, and this is another example with Annie in there and Kashmir going down. But yeah, Sade Williams, when you see her at times, you wonder, you think she's tied up here, you think she has nothing left, but it's her running style that is unusual. But to think about it, she ran, 49? I think this race finished with her running 49.8.
Yeah.
And her best is like 49.58, I think. So she's not far off her personal best. I think based on her season, the thought process was that Sade would go under her personal best in the Olympics. I am hoping that she has that extra gas in the tank for the final. I'm hoping she doesn't get any form of flu or sickness like Price, and she can really put her best foot down. But if she produces a personal best in the final, I think she could find her way onto the podium, but it's going to be a tough final. Some brilliant competitors around. Well, Paulina looks in tremendous form. Kashmir, who beat her in the World Champs, is there as well, looking good. And Annin as well from Great Britain. So, yeah, it's going to be tough.
A former world champion in the likes of Al Nasser also back on the circuit. So
yes,
it's going to be a pretty interesting 400-meter women final.
And the Irish, seeing her
Irish, Adeleke.
Other Caribbean counterparts digging deep and looking and searching for that extra bit of oomph. Maybe she can be that other athlete to medal from a Caribbean perspective. But let's hear what she had to say after her race.
The Bajan sensation, Sade Williams, into an Olympic 400-meter final. 49.89, do you like it? Talk us through the race.
I don't love it. I definitely have to work on finishing a bit faster and stronger. I think that's always been my weakest point. I think that as long as I work on finishing, I believe I could medal.
Well, that's great. That's the ambition for you. Of course, you have the hopes of Barbados on your shoulders. They believe in you. How much time now between now and the final?
The final is on Friday. So I have a day to rest before I bring up all of my guts on the track.
Wonderful. And what will you do in that time?
Sleep. I have to go do recovery right now. That's gonna take over an hour. And then I gotta go back to the village and eat and stuff. So it's gonna be a long night.
Do you go back and look at the other heats? Do you watch the race through and through?
I did it today. I watched the semis today while I was in the car room to see what time they would run. But usually I don't.
It's all about your race. And Sade Williams, you're an Olympic 400 meter finalist. Good luck, and we look forward to seeing you next round.
Thank you.
A very poker-faced Sade Williams there, and she certainly is, she's fatigued, speaking from an emotional standpoint as well. She's not letting out anything, and she even going back to the Olympic village and eating seems to be a bit of a task after running a race like that, G.
Listen, all the lactic acid that NLC people can die from, that is what she's feeling there at that point.
Wow.
She's fatigued, she's tired, she does not have the energy to extend to do any type of lengthy interviews. She got straight to the point. She told Alex what it was, and she's going to head back to the village. I'm sure her coach is going to be on her for recovery. She has an outside chance of medaling. She's already the two-time World Championship bronze medalist, so she's not going to be somebody that I'm counting out. Barbados has high hopes for Sade, and let's see how it unfolds on Friday.
Well, hold on, Anil, let me tell you, if you interviewed Sade before the race as well, before any race, I'm telling you, you cannot read her in an interview. You never know. She has a real understated way about her, as you said, poker face, but you almost wondering, where's she going with these interviews? I mean, Barbados might be wondering, hey, Alex John was wondering.
Alex was stunned at one point in time.
That is her, man. That is her.
I like it. In defense of all athletes, we in the media, on behalf of the people and the fans, we really wicked. When athletes finish a race day, to ask them a question is pure wickedness.
Too much.
To get a sensible answer is a miracle. Understand that? You see in swimming, man finish a 400 IM and they walk across. Yeah, so how it feel, boy? You really feel? Them can't feel nothing. Them want oxygen. They may want to talk. Their brains start to function. So they do it. And I give them great respect for trying to answer as best as they can for us. But that, in the media, we humbly apologize because that's unfair, especially after 400.
Some people might say that minute or so right after the event is where you'll probably get the truest emotions from the athletes.
Yeah, and I agree with JQ, and I think from now to respond to that, that's where the real story is being told. Yes, we appreciate their journeys before and after their race, but getting that real, raw, crude emotion after a race, you cannot manufacture that.
It's pure wickedness, though. We enjoy it.
It's
and I'm part of
exploitation.
It.
I won't have you saying that. I won't have you saying that. But by the way, she runs out of lane 2 in the final. That's an advantage or disadvantage, Jehu?
I'll say, given that some of the fast athletes are on the outside at this point, we know the preferred lanes 5, 6, 7, 8, etc. of the line. Yeah, she's going to have a task on her hand.
Yeah, disadvantage.
She's definitely going to have a task.
But it's the first time in a women's 400. JU, there's no real clear favorite, you know.
Yeah,
you have about 6 to 8 people could get.
Now that Nakisha Price is out,
it opens up the field.
It opens up the field, but we have the defending world champion from last year, Paulino, from Dominican Republic.
Well, SportsMax.
Kajmarek, second fastest in the world. She's also highlighted to bag a medal.
Those two are the favorites. Those two are the favorites.
What about the Irish girl?
No, I think the Irish girl, Adeleke, Great Britain's athlete, and
Sade.
And Sade, they are battling for that bronze. But I think, I mean, obviously,
Sawa Al Nasir, yeah.
Oh,
Don't
Nasir.
forget it. Yes, Sawa. She going in with the fastest time.
And she could look like she come from Sawa, boy. So Trinidad.
Still think Paulino is a favorite, though.
I would still put Paulino as a favorite. I believe she will save her best race for the Olympic finals.
Now, Jehu, what's my next question, my friend?
My prediction.
There we go.
Put the list up on the screen.
Unfortunately, we don't have the list yet.
But
based on your memory, what we just discussed, let's hear maybe a possible top 3.
Possible top 3, I'll go Paulino, Dominican Republic. I will also go Sawa from Bahrain, and I will choose Anna from Great Britain.
All right, well, that's the predictions of J. Hugh Gordon, our Olympian / analyst on the show. We're going to take a short break and come back with more. Stay with us. It's We Paddy Prime.
Sponsorship of this broadcast brought to you by
In a world where our dreams sometimes seem so far away, Digicel is the partner that brings us all together. Stay connected this summer at home or on the go with Digicel Plus Home Fiber or a Prime Broader plan. Enjoy premium access to the action anywhere you're there. One side, one Digicel. One Jamaica. Digicel. Better connected.
Life come with plenty tough decisions. But you know what not hard? Deciding which flavors to get on your amazing 4 pizza. Pepperoni, Hawaiian, chicken chunks, vegetarian. There's no pressure with Pizza Hut's amazing 4. You get 4 juicy flavors with 1 less choice to make. Pizza Hut, now that's delivery.
Parents, gearing up for back-to-school expenses? Well, Chris and Charles is making back-to-school as easy as ABC. From July 1st to August 23rd, 2024, borrow at low rates, and here it is! You could win one of 24 back-to-school grants of $50,000! Imagine the possibilities, covering all your expenses and winning big! Call us at 876-926-0609 or visit our website for details. Conditions apply. When you think loans, think Chris and Charles. Authorized on Section 58, in the
Hey, love. You excited for date night tonight? I'm seeing you at 5, right?
Of course, babe. I'll see you at 5.
Sports fans, get off the sidelines and join the action with Just Bet. Bet on your favorite teams anywhere online at www.supremegames.com or visit one of our 100 locations island-wide. With enough games and the best odds, you can win big with Just Bet. Be a part of the game. Feel the thrill of winning. Join the action with Just Bet. Must be 18 years old or to bet. Game responsibly.
Sponsorship of this broadcast brought to you by
Hey, welcome back. Orlando Bennett laid down a personal best time of 13.9 seconds to win semi-final 3 of the men's 110-meter hurdles. Bennett advanced with the second fastest time and will run out of lane number 7 in Thursday's final. He will be joined by his fellow countryman Rashid Broadbell, who won semi-final 2 in 13.21 seconds, and the defending champion Hansel Parchment placed third in the semi-final 1 in 13.19 seconds. Alex Jordan caught up with them.
To take you through, how good was that?
I mean, I came out here and I was just like, I've been to 3 semis at the World Champs, have to make a final. So I came out here and I just fight through the line, that's all I did. I was surprised I got a personal best. My aim today was just to make the finals, so I'm grateful.
Very grateful, and look who's behind you, another man who's made it through.
This guy is like the pinnacle of inspiration for me. Like anytime we're going about the place, I always power with him. Even when we're coming to the stadium, this guy, he just always motivates me.
The real general, the real boss.
Real general.
Congratulations to you, Alan.
Thank you very much.
Hansel Varchman, so wonderful to see you. Nothing like a little drama, time qualifying in round 1 and here the semi-final.
Yeah, I'm just trying to take it a step at a time and, you know, not try to stress myself, just, you know, enjoy it as it comes. And of course, tomorrow is going to be very important. I want to make sure that I put my best foot forward and looking for a medal.
You didn't look stressed at all. It was a fast heat.
It definitely was, and I didn't think that the others would be as fast. But of course, you know, Orlando run really well, and you know what I'm most happy about is all of us are in the finals.
Yeah, in the finals, and that's the job done. How good was that to hear from the youngster? What you mean to him?
Well, they don't know that they are inspiration to me as well. You know, I learned so much from the younger guys. You know, because where I'm coming from, I saw something completely different with the Aries, Merritt, and Oliver and all those guys. You know, so. I'm happy I am still able to run this fast and you know, be an inspiration to younger guys.
Man, we're so excited to talk to you. You want to say something to Jamaica?
Big up Jamaica. Love and respect. Thanks for the support as always.
Great work indeed from Alex Jordan and our team at Stade de France. But Chris, 3 Jamaicans in the 110-meter hurdle. That's another record-breaking feat.
Yeah, and they've shown their capability right throughout the season. Hansel Parchment has been there, won it already. Wasn't the favourite when he won it, but he got it done. Not in his best form, I would say, coming into the finals. So I think the other 2 Jamaicans actually look a little bit more impressive than him. But the heart of a champion, you can never count them out when it comes to that moment of reckoning. But yeah, excellent from Rashid Broadbell. When he's in the mood, when he's focused, he can really run an excellent race, and he showed that in the second semi-final, and great move by Bennett as well. I can't say I thought that I expected Bennett to win that heat ahead of that semi-final ahead of Roberts, but excellent performance from him. He got an immaculate start, and that's what carried him through. I think if he's going to get on the podium in the final, the start, very important for Bennett. We know Parchment won't get the best start, but he finishes like a train. He hasn't finished like a train so far in these Olympic Games or in the national trials. He hasn't had that same level of potency at the finish, and that will need to improve. But I think Jamaica have a real chance of 1, maybe even 2 medals in this final. But yeah, they will have to be on their A game, because Grant Holloway and company will be coming with fire, and I think Holloway is certainly the favourite for the final.
J.Hugh Bennett finishing in a semi-final, in his semi-final with a personal best of 13.09 seconds. Brilliant.
Yeah, pretty outstanding run from Bennett. After I saw he left the blocks, I already knew that it was going to be a very smooth and efficient race. I was just wowed by his start compared to the 100 meters where he could at least accelerate for about 30 meters. You only have just over 13 meters to accelerate to the first hurdle. So from the time he cleared that first hurdle so efficiently, so smoothly, I was like, yeah, it's a wrap. So great run from Orlando. Great run from Orlando Bennett. No, the interesting thing about the hurdles, it is really not who is the fastest over the 100 meters. It is who is the smoothest, who is the cleanest over the 10 barriers that are in front of them.
Anna Roberts, you're looking very, very assiduously.
Yes, because Bennett beat my long-lost cousin Roberts, you know, so I was a bit upset. No, all joke aside. In that 110-meter hurdles, the kind of speed, the efficiency, you have to be brave, because they have to trust themselves. They have to trust their stride rate. They have to go. They are not looking and jumping over hurdles, you know. They are automatically clipping over it with style and balance, flexibility, and it's a sort of an art. And you have seen people like Gail Devers fall down with 4 meters to go after doing everything perfectly. But the mere fact that a country as small as Jamaica could have 3 finalists out of 8. When they introducing that 110-meter hurdles, you're going to see Jamaica 3 times out of 8. That in itself is money in the bank. And I, as a Trinbagonian, I can't wait to see that someday, soon, in one final, 3 red, white, and black Trinidad and Tobago That is a dream, boy.
Well, let's hope your dream come true. Otherwise, it will still remain a dream. And now let's take a look. Let's take a look at the standings.
You are the Jamaican laughing at me, boy.
Facing the facts.
You forget you're from Trinidad.
Yeah,
I'm facing the facts, my brothers.
One Caribbean, man. One Caribbean.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the final of the 110-meter hurdles. We're having a time here at We Party Prime, but these gentlemen will be having a time. Whoever ends up on the medal podium. Hansel Parchment from Jamaica, lane 2. Enrique Lopez from Spain in lane 3. Daniel Roberts, lane 4. Rashid Broadbell, lane 5. Grant Holloway of the USA, lane 6. Orlando Bennett of Jamaica, lane 7. Freddie Crittenden of the USA in lane number 8, and Rashid Murataki from Japan in lane number 9. So the USA having some good representation there as well. 3 Jamaicans, 3 USA athletes.
Yeah, but 330 million USA citizens. Jamaica is what? 2.3
million.
2.8 million. And they get 3 in the final. USA are 330 million, so well done, Jamaica.
Chalk and cheese there.
Good position, though, for Broadbell.
Yes.
I think Roberts and Holloway, 2 excellent starters. And as we've seen, I mean, yes, it's about efficiency and smoothness over the hurdles. But with their start, the hope from a Broadbell perspective and the Caribbean is that he will be able to be pulled by them as well. So I think that from that standpoint, excellent. You even look at where Bennett is. He has Crittenden on one side. Crittenden, I don't know if he's in his smoothest form at the moment, but you'll have Holloway the other side. So again, if you use Holloway, who is definitely the top athlete in this final here in terms of his season best, his performance, his consistency, if they can use him as a guide, it may very well pull them and help them towards the podium. I'm thinking maybe even, as I said, a double place finish for the Caribbean.
Yeah, interesting. Anil, you mentioned earlier that hurdling is a definite art. Would you say that these athletes would have to have some level of gymnastics capability in them?
Absolutely. They have to not only be fast, they not only have to have fast twitch fibers, but the flexibility, the balance, the coordination. They have to be nearly like ballerinas going over those things. So that is not no easy event. A man like me could have never do that event, you understand? Because my leg ain't getting up that high.
There's also the other side to hurdling, Anil, which you wouldn't know, is that most hurdlers will need some form of loose screw. You don't just pick up yourself on any given day.
I'm glad you're saying that. You have a loose screw.
Use me, brother.
No. Do it, Bob. Do it, Bob.
No. Confessions on sports.
Listen, we know to ourselves that these barriers could cause injuries. Many persons have broken limbs, they broken hands, they broken legs already. So you need some form of loose screw. Most guys too, people will be like, nah, I don't want to, jam a private part at the same time.
Yeah, interesting. Because we saw in the steeplechase today, one of the athletes jumping over and falling flat out.
That was a horrible fall,
on the
we
thought he was gone.
We thought he was knocked out. So I agree with you.
So that is the type of loose screw that I'm talking about, not what Anil and Chris speaking about.
Yeah, it's a different mentality. That's
correct.
Even James King today crashed through that final hurdle, right in the middle of it, and that threw off his race totally.
And was out of it.
Yeah, well, that cost him.
That's the fall we were talking about.
Producer on
All
point.
you in the room there on SportsMax.
Producer on point.
That was the fall we were talking about.
Oh my goodness.
That could have
was
ended
the final lap, eh?
Yeah, that was the final lap. He was in the top 4. That could have ended differently. Thankfully, here it is.
He tried to.
Oh my goodness.
And he didn't move.
We thought he was gone.
We thought he was out of it. We thought it was lights out for the athlete.
He couldn't finish the race either.
But thankfully, he's okay. We hope that the injuries were minimal. But yeah, we all hope that everything ends well there. Now let's take a look at the medal table. We have the athletics medal table up front. This is going to be interesting. The USA, will they maintain? Yes, they do maintain their top spot with 6 gold medals, 19 in total. Canada second with 2 gold, 3 in total. Jamaica, here we go, 1 gold medal and 5 in total. Great Britain on 4th position, 1 in total, 4 in total rather, and 1 gold. And Australia 5th, finishing off the top 5 with 1 gold and 6 in total. Jamaica making it to the top 5.
If you were to add Jamaica, St. Lucia, Dominica, and Grenada, would we be ahead of Great Britain?
We'll call ourselves the Great West Indies, maybe.
Who is Great Britain?
Yeah, Jamaica's still ahead of Great Britain.
Well, we are ahead of Great Britain.
Jamaica's still ahead of Great Britain.
But you only get my point.
We've been the top 3.
Great Britain.
Well, we have time to discuss that, hopefully, gentlemen, in the days to come. We have about 5 or 6 days, maybe 5 days for the Olympics to go. Here's Bill, look at page 2. Uganda in 11th position. Coming down the line, Dominica still in that spot, position number 16 with their gold. And Grenada in the 23rd spot with just that bronze medal there. So, Caribbean representation again.
Brilliant.
Jamaica climbing the ladder into the top 5. Let's take a look now at the overall ranking. USA still on top of things with 27 gold medals, 94 in total. China second, 25 gold, 65 in total. Australia third, 18 gold, 41 in total. France fourth, 13 gold and 49 in total. And they're tying for a total medaling count with Great Britain.
They tie in with England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales.
This is the 330 million from USA I was talking about. This way it's showing up.
Correct.
That bit shows. Any surprises there, Jehu, from the total medal count?
No surprises for me. I'm still patiently waiting for first medal from Trinidad.
Well,
so Keyshawn throws tomorrow.
Yes.
Fingers crossed, and I believe Nicholas Paul should be back out tomorrow.
Well,
for
just
the
a quick mention on Nicholas Paul. Unfortunately, he exited from the men's sprint today, finishing last in his repechage round, his 1/8. Unfortunately, he will not be medaling in the sprint event, but he has another one. We can look forward to Nicholas Paul there. He was the world record holder in that sprint event. Unfortunately, not bringing out the good stuff for TNT and for himself, but we're still happy that he made it this far in the round. Gentlemen, any closing comments, Jehu, on your Olympic summary so far?
No closing comments for me. Everything, there's a lot to deal with. The emotions, watching the Olympics.
You had an emotional day today with Jareem.
It was an emotional day today. So, we continue to support you, Jareem. You take your time to just get out of that funk, but we appreciate you for all the hard work. Trinidad and Tobago is surely proud. If I hear anybody saying any craziness,
we'll deal with them accordingly. And Roberts, any quick closing comments?
Well, I must talk to
10 seconds.
Jareem again. Jareem, well done, my brother. Perfect race. Your coach, your Trinidad, everybody happy. We love you. Point 14, love you. Great race. Slow, you go be a little upset. No big thing. You could have done nothing better. Love, respect. You gave heart and soul. Trinidad and Tobago right through.
Chris Taylor? Fist bump there for you in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Gold medal in the discus.
Yeah.
Gold medal in the discus.
No, proud of the performance from the Caribbean athletes today. Yes, gold as well, but other Caribbean performers are putting their best foot out there. Looking forward to day 8, of course, Walcott and Peters. Big chance for medals. Triple jumper Hibbert is in the final as well. Lots of things to come on the track. Other the 400-meter hurdlers, McMaster, Clark and company. So, yeah, lots of Caribbean athletes to come, lots of medals, hopefully, lots more of PBs, so looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
And thankful for today.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, I want to thank you very much, Jehu Gordon, Anna Roberts, and Chris Taylor. Thank you very much for watching. This has been We Paddy Prime. We'll see you soon.
Avec passion et courage, nos cœurs sont élevés. In the arena, we give our all. With grace and honor, we stand tall. Dans l'arène, nous donnons tout. Avec grâce et honneur, nous restons debout.
Sponsorship of this broadcast brought to you by
world where our dreams sometimes seem so far away, Digicel is the partner that brings us all